first service call Friday, October 7th, 2022. Two-family house, Far Rockaway, Queens. Second floor, first floor. Little baby boilers, little baby Burnhams, actually. The P203s. These have a gross output of 62,000 BTUs. 62? Yep, 62,000 BTUs. Looks like we got A.O. Smith. This is a Lowe's special. And it's a 40. Okay. Customer's complaint. Boiler kicks on for a couple minutes and then kicks off and does not provide space heating. Let's see what's going on. First, we'll do a visual observation. Our pressure is sky high. Take a look at the expansion tank. She's full, and we have a relief valve. Looks like going into a little hose, which is discharging. All right, this has been going on for a while. So we have a call. We have a vent damper that appears to be open. And we have, of course, flammable material smack up against the unit. So let's start our troubleshooting. We're waiting for a vent damper to open. Vent damper is open. Boiler's only at 75 degrees. We have a pilot flame, and that's it. Damper's doing another rotation. That's it.
I couldn't get the fire back up.
So what did you do that day?
I turned the thermostat on upstairs.
Okay.
Came down here to check to see if the pallet was lit because...
Was it on?
Yeah, it was on.
Okay.
So when I seen that the pallet was lit and the boiler wasn't fired up, I shut it off from here.
The switch? That's all you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I drained some water from here, from this pipe. I shut this off, and I drained the water from here. Some water from here. So then...
Well, what made you decide to take some water out of the...
I wanted to see if it was...
Have you done it before?
I did it some years ago. Yeah, I had...
You just opened this up to a hose and took some... Like how much water you take out? Like a 5-gallon bucket worth, or...?
It was a small bucket. I did about 4 buckets of it. Yeah. About 4 buckets of water. It was real dirty.
Yes.
So I did about 4 buckets of that.
So you just opened this? You didn't close this? You didn't do anything else?
That's it. I closed it.
You closed it? Oh, so you forced some...
Closed
all right. Was any air coming out of the line?
In the beginning.
Was the water cold or was it hot?
It was cold.
So it was cold. It was always cold?
Always cold, yeah.
Okay. I like the watch, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's Michael Kors.
Yeah, no, I see the rose gold. It's nice. It's nice. All right,
Not
cool.
expensive.
No, I hear you. All right, we'll see what's going on here. Let's start with the
and then
gas valve.
I did that process and I hit the switch back.
Yeah.
I had the thermostat again upstairs. It fired right up. And it stayed on for about 10 minutes. And then it shut off.
All right. So...
And this pipe...
0 volts to gas valve.
This pipe was hot the whole time. This pipe was hot, and this.
Oh, it was. This is when it when it was working or when it wasn't working.
When it came on.
When it came on.
The pipe got hot.
Okay. All right. Now we got to figure out. I think there's something up with your vent damper. I think there's something up with your vent damper switch. What's up with this thing, by the way? Oh, this right here. By the way, you shouldn't keep stuff right up against it, by the way.
All right.
Because, you need, it could burn. Yeah, it could burn. So, we have red, blue, black, and yellow going to vent damper. And there we have the red and the red and the pink, I believe. Is the red and the pink? The red and the pink. One of these right here. Alright, so this is the vent damper harness. Here it's going to the 4-inch vent damper above. Take a little jumper wire, and coming out of the harness from the boiler, we jump out the pink and the red wire. Like that. And we have ignition. And that is how you bypass the vent damper, field controls vent damper on a hydronic boiler. But that's not the only problem here. Something else is going on. So that pressure is high. We got this relief valve going like this. And we took some water out of it. We need to deal with the pressure issue with this boiler. All right. The pressure gauge, I doubt is accurate, which is that dial right here, the tridecator gauge right here.
Yeah.
The expansion tank we know is full. That needs to be replaced. It's also installed in the wrong orientation. You can't hang it like that. Horizontally. Needs to be vertically. And I know it probably was like that from day one, but just because it was like that doesn't mean it was right from day one. But they need to be installed vertically.
You mean straight up and down?
Yes. The relief valve probably is also shot. Again, you have the other boilers the same way, but like I'm taking water out of here, and the pressure shoots up high again. And it can't be 40 psi of pressure in the boiler. Over 40 psi. We need to deal with the pressure in this boiler, and it's not going to be, a cheap job.
Okay.
We have to replace, to start, pressure gauge, because I really suspect that's a problem. We may end up replacing the pressure reducing, this is on this one. You have one pressure reducing valve for both boilers. Maybe that's a common denominator here. Let's see. Yeah. We also have high pressure on this boiler too. You're like almost at 50 psi of pressure.
Mm. And it shouldn't be.
And it shouldn't be. I think your common denominator is the pressure reducing valve, which is causing both boilers to drip, because you also have this one. Oh, look, you have the same thing here. You have this little cone, funnel looking thing onto the floor. That's also discharging. I always start with the pressure reducing valve and go from there.
How much is it to replace that?
Let me look this up. All right, so common denominator here is the pressure reducing valve. Both boilers have pressure reading on the tridecator gauge over 45 psi. I give the price to the homeowner. Money's obviously a tight factor right now. He told me he's not going to proceed. He's going to have to talk to another party to get approval. But we're leaving it like that, just like that. And hope for the best. Maybe they'll give us a call back in a later date. But again, you can't get them all, but you make them aware, make sure everything's documented, make sure they sign the receipt, and you're protected.